Corey Harrison's rise to fame is rooted not just in his role on Pawn Stars, but in his personality, charm, and unmistakable authenticity. These traits have been key to the show's success and have helped transform him into a recognizable celebrity. As the eldest son of Rick Harrison, Corey has steadily built a career in the entertainment industry, all while remaining grounded in the family's long-standing business. With the passing of his grandfather and his father Rick Harrison planning retirement, Corey, who was once third in command, is now poised to take over as the head of the gold and silver pawn shop. While he has a deep love for the art of pawnbroking and the rich world of collectibles, his journey hasn't been without its struggles. Some of these challenges played out in front of the cameras, familiar to fans of the show. But others were deeply personal, painful experiences known only to those closest to him. Join us as we take a closer look at Corey Harrison's story, a story filled with legacy, ambition, and heartbreak, and uncover why his path has been marked by tragedy. Back in 1981, 2 years before Corey was born, his grandfather opened a modest 300-square-foot second-hand store, the Gold and Silver Coin Shop, located on Las Vegas Boulevard South. At the time, Rick Harrison, Corey's father, worked at the store during the day and repossessed cars at night just to make ends meet. The business was small and income was tight, but that all began to change when baby Corey was born in 1983. With Corey's arrival, Rick and his father were driven by a new purpose: to build a lasting family legacy that their children and grandchildren could one day inherit. Their hard work soon paid off. By the time Corey was just 3 years old, the family had moved their business into a larger building at 413 Fremont Street, a bold step that signaled brighter days ahead. But just 2 years later, their growing success would face unexpected trials. An unforeseen setback nearly derailed the Harrison family's dreams. The sudden loss of their lease left them in a difficult position. They were forced to scramble for a new location. Fortunately, they managed to secure a building in a commercial area on Las Vegas Boulevard, where they continued expanding their second-hand business. However, the Harrisons had bigger aspirations. They had long considered transforming their store into a full-fledged pawn shop, which seemed like a logical next step for the business. But there was one major obstacle: a Las Vegas law dating back to 1955. Under this law, new pawn licenses were restricted based on the city's population. In order for the Harrisons to be eligible for a license, Las Vegas needed to have a population of at least 250,000. At the time, in 1988, the city's population hovered just above 200,000. Determined to make it happen, Rick Harrison reportedly contacted the city statistician every week, waiting for the number to climb. Finally, in 1989, his persistence paid off. The city's population surpassed the required threshold, and after overcoming some legal hurdles, Rick obtained the coveted pawn license. Without wasting any time, the family opened the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop that same year at 713 Las Vegas Boulevard South, less than 2 miles from the iconic Las Vegas Strip. From that point on, Corey Harrison essentially grew up alongside the family business. Even Corey's mother, Kim, played a significant role in the shop during its early years. Corey and his younger brother Adam spent much of their childhood at the shop, absorbing the rhythms of the business. However, the family dynamic soon changed. Rick and Kim divorced, and the boys stayed with their father. Just 9 months later, Rick went on a blind double date and met Tracy, the woman who would become his second wife. After dating for 6 months, they moved in together, and 8 months later, they got married. Tracy took on the role of raising both Corey and Adam. Corey, being the eldest, began to take on more responsibility from a young age. At just 9 years old, he decided to jumpstart his career by working at the shop. Over time, the business flourished and became a fixture in Las Vegas. As their reputation grew, so did their financial success. By the time Corey turned 22, the shop was lending out around $3 million annually and earning roughly $700,000 in interest. Their visibility expanded even further in 2003, when the shop was featured on the late-night show Insomniac with Dave Attell, but the best was still to come. For years, Rick Harrison had been pitching an idea to television networks, a show centered around the daily workings of a pawn shop. But no one seemed interested. That changed in 2008 when Brent Montgomery and Colby Gaines of Left Field Pictures visited Las Vegas. They were fascinated by the eclectic interactions and colorful personalities that flowed through the doors of pawn shops. When they discovered the gold and silver pawn shop, with its more than 10,000 unique items and its prime location near the Las Vegas Strip, it struck them as the perfect setting for a reality TV series. Initially, the show was going to be called Pawning History, but a more iconic name was just around the corner. The show's creators eventually decided to change the name from Pawning History to Pawn Stars, a cheeky play on the phrase Pawn Stars that made it instantly memorable. When the show premiered in 2009, it became an instant hit. Viewers were drawn in by the Harrison family's unique chemistry, their banter, and the fascinating items that passed through their shop. Season after season, Pawn Stars remained a fan favorite, turning the Harrison family into household names. One of the standout personalities on the show was Corey Harrison. As a third-generation pawnbroker, Corey quickly became popular with fans. He possessed a natural talent for appraising items and brought more inventory into the shop than any other employee. His skill in identifying counterfeit goods gave him a competitive edge, but it took time and hard lessons for him to become the expert he is today. At 19, Corey believed he had already mastered the art of buying and selling. But the streets of Las Vegas quickly taught him otherwise. He once made a costly mistake by purchasing 5 fake Rolex watches. Reflecting on that moment, Corey admitted, "I thought I knew everything. Buying those fake watches was a huge mistake. Luckily, I worked for my dad. If I hadn't, I might have lost my job." The experience cost him a significant amount of money but also taught him a lesson he never forgot: you only make that mistake once. That misstep sharpened his instincts and strengthened his commitment to verifying authenticity before making big purchases. Over the years, Corey encountered plenty of bizarre and unforgettable items. In one instance, someone tried to pawn a live parrot, which he flatly refused. In another, a man brought in 8 human skulls, claiming they were from a dental school. Corey turned them down, fearing the legal complications that might arise. Then there was the man who arrived in a luxury car with a trunk full of silver worth millions, or the gambler who came straight from the casino at 7 a.m., desperate to sell his Ferrari for more playing money. These wild encounters often led to disagreements between Corey and his father. Being from different generations, they frequently clashed over what items were worth buying. Rick leaned toward caution and tradition, while Corey took a more modern, risk-tolerant approach. Despite their differences, even Rick couldn't deny one undeniable truth: Corey had grown into a savvy, valuable force in the family business. Corey Harrison quickly proved himself to be a capable and dynamic leader within the family business. His natural talent for managing people and building strong relationships made him an invaluable asset to the gold and silver pawn shop. These qualities earned him the responsibility of overseeing daily operations, including hiring and firing employees, a role that required both decisiveness and emotional intelligence. At the helm of a team of over 30 employees, Corey demonstrated an impressive ability to balance leadership duties with the everyday demands of running the shop. His hands-on management style played a crucial role in the store's continued success and smooth operations. One of Corey's most applauded decisions was his eye for talent, most notably when he hired 21-year-old Austin Chumley Russell. Fans were surprised to learn that it was Corey who had brought Chumley into the business, having recognized early on his strong potential in customer service. Chumley's easygoing nature and charisma quickly made him a fan favorite, and it was clear that Corey's instincts had paid off. His ability to spot and nurture talent became yet another testament to his leadership and vision for the shop's future. Chumley, with his quirky personality and unique charm, became a beloved figure not just within the Harrison family's extended circle, but also among fans of Pawn Stars. Over time, he evolved into more than just an employee. He became a character in his own right, building a dedicated fan base. This, in many ways, was a reflection of Corey Harrison's keen eye for talent and his ability to see potential where others might not. Corey's influence extended beyond the shop as well. With a forward-thinking mindset, he helped modernize the Harrison family's image by enhancing their social media presence and branching into new forms of entertainment. Together with Rick and Chumley, Corey made a guest appearance on the hit Nickelodeon show iCarly in the episode I Lost My Head in Vegas, showcasing a lighter, more playful side of the trio. The appearance only deepened their popularity with fans. In July 2014, the trio ventured further into entertainment with the launch of Pornography, a game show on the History Channel. In this high-stakes trivia battle, Corey, Rick, and Chumlee competed against contestants who tried to win cash and prizes from their pawn shop. The show was praised for being fun, engaging, and for allowing fans to connect with the porn stars cast in a new and entertaining way. Corey's involvement in these ventures highlighted his ability to blend business acumen with media savvy, qualities that seemed to cement his role in the family empire. However, the reality behind the scenes was more complicated. Despite their public success, Corey and his father Rick often had a rocky relationship. Their dynamic was a mix of collaboration and conflict, underscoring the challenges of working closely with family in a high-pressure business. Tensions came to a head during Season 6 of Pawn Stars, when Corey expressed his desire for a greater role in the company. Although Rick co-owned the business with Corey's grandfather, Richard the Old Man Harrison, he felt Corey still had more to prove before stepping up. Feeling undervalued, Corey took a bold step. He demanded a 10% ownership stake in the gold and silver pawn shop and threatened to walk away if his request wasn't granted. The move divided fans. Some admired Corey's assertiveness, while others thought he should have waited for his rightful inheritance. Ultimately, after serious negotiations, Rick offered Corey a 5% share with the possibility of more in the future. Corey accepted, marking a significant turning point in his role at the shop. Over time, his stake reportedly increased as he continued to take on more responsibility and prove his worth. Still, the road to leadership was far from smooth. One of Corey's scariest life moments came during what should have been a celebratory time. While riding his motorcycle to pick up supplies for his birthday party, Corey had to leap off his bike, traveling at about 40 miles per hour, to avoid a major accident. The crash destroyed the bike, but remarkably, Corey survived. He didn't even go to the hospital right away, choosing instead to attend his party. Eventually, he sought medical help for a serious hand injury, which required surgery and the insertion of 8 screws. Looking back, Corey has often said he felt incredibly lucky to have walked away from the crash alive. But the accident wasn't the only health scare Corey faced. For years, he had been known on the show as the big guy, and at his heaviest, he weighed around 400 pounds. The weight began to seriously affect his health, leading his doctor to prescribe preventative medication for diabetes. This wake-up call pushed Corey to make a dramatic change, one that would soon become public. Corey Harrison reached a turning point in his life when he realized he needed to reassess his lifestyle. One day, while driving home from a doctor's appointment feeling down, he passed a clinic that performed lap band surgery. On a sudden impulse, he pulled in and asked, "What does it take to have the surgery?" In an interview with Good Morning America, Corey recalled the moment, "I was driving home, kind of freaked out about it, and I saw the place where they do lap band surgeries. I just pulled in and said, 'What does it take to have the surgery?' I didn't have much money at the time, but I pulled out for credit cards and put them on that, and there you go." Despite his limited finances, Corey used for credit cards to cover the surgery's cost, marking the beginning of a major transformation in both his personal health and professional life. The surgery was a success, and the remarkable changes in his appearance surprised many fans. This success motivated Corey to fully commit to his weight loss journey. He began attending regular checkups to monitor his lap band and adopted a drastically different lifestyle, focusing on healthier eating habits. "I can only eat a little bit of food now," he once commented. "I make sure it's good stuff, not junk." Exercise also became a vital part of his routine, helping him maintain his progress. Corey's inspiring transformation even encouraged his close friend and co-worker Chumlee to start his own weight loss journey. Yet, while Corey was becoming healthier, the Harrison family faced sadness. Corey's grandfather, Richard the Old Man Harrison, was quietly battling Parkinson's disease, a fact that surprised many fans as it had not been widely publicized. Sadly, he passed away on June 25, 2018, at the age of 77. Corey's father, Rick, announced the news on Instagram, sharing that Parkinson's was the cause. Corey expressed deep gratitude for his grandfather, describing him as a friend who made their time together at the shop and on Pawn Stars some of the best experiences of his life. That same difficult year, Corey's personal life also saw upheaval. In September 2018, he and his second wife, Kaina "Kiki" Harrison, divorced due to their demanding work schedules. Despite the split, they parted on good terms and shared a positive outcome. Their son, Richard Benjamin Harrison, was born after their divorce. Corey's marriage to Kiki had lasted less than a year. Like his father before him, relationships have proven challenging for Corey. His first marriage, to high school sweetheart Charlene, began in 2009 but ended in separation in 2015. Rumors occasionally surfaced about Corey and Kiki possibly reconciling, but nothing was ever confirmed. Corey was also linked to Tara Paisley, the blonde woman who appeared in his recent Instagram photos. However, his personal troubles took a more serious turn in September 2023. On the 8th of that month, Corey was arrested in Las Vegas after police observed his white Ford pickup truck swerving near Main Street and Charleston Boulevard. Officers smelled alcohol inside the vehicle and suspected Corey was intoxicated. Having traveled from Minnesota, where he was filming Pawn Stars Do America, Corey was asked to perform a field sobriety test, which he failed. Due to a broken breathalyzer machine at the jail, he had to provide a blood sample instead. Though the test results remain unknown publicly, Corey was charged with driving under the influence, DUI, and taken into custody. In an interview with a Las Vegas newspaper, he said he planned to hire a lawyer to defend himself, adding, "I'm not going to say forget the police, drinking and driving is not okay. I don't want to be that person. But if someone hits me, I'm going to defend myself." He also admitted he had only one drink that night. Corey Harrison explained that on his flight to Las Vegas, he had only one drink about 7 hours before being pulled over by police, and he hadn't consumed any alcohol after landing. He noted that his car tends to drift to the right, which partly explained why he struggled during the sobriety test. Additionally, Corey was unsteady because of an infected shin, which affected his balance on the uneven road where he was stopped. He described the situation, saying, "I'm trying to balance on one leg then the other," while police cars rushed past him responding to another emergency. Despite the incident, Corey's license was not suspended. However, soon after, his life took a much darker turn. On January 20, 2024, Corey's brother Adam tragically passed away at the age of 39. A spokesperson for Clark County, Nevada, confirmed that Adam died from an accidental overdose involving fentanyl and methamphetamine. According to the county's medical examiner, Adam was found unresponsive by his landlord after a concerned acquaintance reported not having seen him since January 17. Just a day before Adam's death, Corey had posted a photo of the two of them at a restaurant on Instagram, writing, "You'll always be in my heart. I love you, Adam," accompanied by a broken heart emoji. Family spokesperson Laura Hervich confirmed Adam's cause of death on January 22 and asked for privacy as the family grieved. Corey's father, Rick Harrison, also publicly addressed the growing fentanyl crisis in the United States, emphasizing the need for greater awareness and action. After Rick shared a heartfelt message about Adam, condolences poured in from many, including Donald Trump Jr., who expressed sympathy by saying, "I'm really sorry, man." The sudden loss of his brother deeply affected Corey, weighing heavily on his emotions. He shared a childhood photo of them together on Instagram, captioned, "I'll always love you, Bubba." Although Adam was not a regular on Pawn Stars, he reportedly worked at the gold and silver pawn shop before becoming a plumber. Corey also mentioned that Adam was not interested in appearing on the show. Despite the personal tragedy, Corey remained in the public eye, continuing to star alongside his father Rick and friend Chumlee in the second season of Pawn Stars Do America. Off-camera, he stayed busy with various projects, and reports suggested that a new season was in development, hinting at more content from the gold and silver pawn shop. During this difficult period, rumors began circulating about Corey's health. Some fans who had recently seen him at the shop expressed concern, posting comments like, "What's wrong with Corey? He looks really rough. Is he sick or using drugs?" There was speculation that he might have suffered a stroke or faced another serious medical issue. Others even suggested he appeared to be under the influence, though no concrete evidence has ever been presented to support these claims. Neither Corey nor any member of the Harrison family has confirmed or addressed these rumors, adding to fans' uncertainty and concern. Through all the personal struggles and tragedy, Corey's journey reveals a man of remarkable resilience and perseverance. While porn stars introduced him to a wide audience, it is his personal courage and enduring spirit that truly resonate with fans. He continues to work at the gold and silver pawn shop, upholding the legacy of his father and grandfather. With ongoing talk of Rick's retirement and a potential move into politics, it seems inevitable that Corey will soon step into the role of the shop's big boss.